Welcome to today's episode of What Does the Law Say with I Really Care. Before we move on, please like, subscribe. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, and don't forget to share and drop your comments and your questions after watching the episode. So in today's episode, we would continue from last week's episode. If you have not seen last week's episode, you've missed. So go back, just go back and then watch it. So last week we discussed about the online security threats that we should be wary of in this year, in this new year 2021. You want to know all of those security threats so that you can take necessary steps to prevent them. We talked about identity theft, we talked about ransom malware, which is most likely, a threat for business owners even in this year. So you want to go back and enjoy and watch that episode and learn something. In today's episode, we will continue with this same topic. However, we're going to majorly focus on the safety tips and preventive measures from these security attacks in this year. So join me again on today's episode, or rather in continuation of last week's episode, because this is part 2. I have again, Adeyemi.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome once again. In continuation of last week. I'm happy to see you second time in one time, whatever that means. Okay, so right into today's discussion.
Okay.
So I know that there are different ways that, all these scammers and cyber attackers come at us. But there are some very major, popular ways that they come. Websites, calls, messages, and the likes. So that I want you to tell us, how do we spot fraudulent websites? How do we spot, fraudulent messages? How do we spot fraudulent calls? When they come in, how would we know that this one is a scammer? How would we be able to know that?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I think sometimes last year I did a thread on Twitter concerning fraudulent URL. You can look it up on my Twitter handle.
Yes.
So now I will just be talking generally on how to spot website first before I move to others. So when you see a link, you see the message first, and you see the message will definitely want to play on your intelligence. It's mentioning the name of a company. The first thing is that for you to know fake, you must at least know the original. So the first thing to do before you click on it, don't be in a rush. Last episode I mentioned that there is the rush and there is the patience approach, such that the cyber criminals want to rush you. So all the information in the message is to rush you so that you can quickly click on it and go for it. And that's why they will tell you that 2 million naira, quickly click on this so that you can win 2 million naira. So government something is giving scholarship for this. Click on it so that you can go. Of course, this is the thing. When you copy, you can decide to just look at the website. What is the name of the company mentioned? MTN. Look online. Look at their genuine website. It will shock you that MTN website can be mtn.com and the link you are seeing is just mtn.co. One thing about cyber criminals that they do is that sometimes they miss some words out. They miss some letters out intentionally. But it won't be clear to you. So it is very important that you look at it. Even if the link is in an email, even if the mail is a wrong mail, look at the link very well.
Yeah.
So you look at the link, then you compare it with the original website that you can see on Google. Yeah. Then you will know that this is mtn.com. This is mtn.co. Sometimes it may just be mtn.online. And there's no website that has to do with mtn.online, I assume so. But they are just trying to divert you to another website. So of course, the moment you change a letter, they may even, one of those things they do now is to change, let's say for example, there are some letters in another language on O that has a mark on it. Instead of changing the site, they may still use the same site, MTN Online, mtnonline.com. The O in the online may carry mark on it. But you are in a rush.
Pay attention.
You won't pay attention. Yes. So it's always good not to be in a rush. Look at the link you will probably, especially for emails, you probably discover that there's something wrong with this email. And of course, you don't have, did you put money somewhere? You don't have to be at rush to make money.
Yes.
So if you are not at rush, you should wash out what you click. Do you want to win promo? Do you want to win 1 million naira? Do you want to win 2 million?
1 million naira that you did not work for.
Yes. So why you're trying to copy it, you may click on it, but you will think, maybe I mistakenly click on it, I did not do anything. What if by entering the site, they have gathered your information? So by merely entering the site, they probably have gathered your information and you won't know. You won't even know. You know, when we enter sites, I've done a thread on cookies before. When we enter a site, and they ask you to accept cookies. Before data protection, they don't tell us that before, so we don't know. It's data protection regulations that now say they should tell you to accept cookies or not. Whether you accept all the cookies, there is still one cookie that will still save on your system, such that it's used to identify you when you come next time.
Yeah. So
automatically, I can wire a malware inside my cookies, all in the name of I'm saving cookies on your phone. Yeah. And phone web browser saves cookies automatically.
Wow.
Except you have to click on accept. Some websites may not even tell you to accept cookies or not. You just play on the website and cookies is already on your system, on your phone. If you check your phone memory, you will see cookies, cache, and all those things. They are on your phone. So you don't know what will enter your phone by entering that website. So it's not advisable for you to mistakenly click it or anything. Just leave the website. Let them go and make their money. Let them go and give the money to the people that want to make it, and let them go. So the best thing is to ignore fraudulent web.
Okay, so we can identify fraudulent websites by, realizing that some of these websites are not the original, maybe by different marks or names or something, and then maybe pick up this website and paste it somewhere else if you successfully can.
If you can. There's one website called URL extension for website links that have been reduced to look like bit.ly, other things. Criminals, of course, bit.ly was for people that have long link, that want to put it on flyer or use it somewhere, that decide to reduce their link. But criminals too use it. They use it to reduce their link so that you won't see the original name of their site. So they reduce it. But you can use URL extension. That's why I was saying you can copy it to some place and you will see the original name of the link that was shortened. But then it's still the best to stay with.
So I think I've read something about it showing like a padlock sign. If it shows a padlock sign, is it safe?
The idea is that is if you have clicked on the site.
Yes.
If you have now clicked on this, if for example you are doing something online and you have to go to a site, it actually does not mean that the website is going to scam if it does not have padlock sign. Because people used to think, this law firm website, this institution website, they don't have padlock on there. It doesn't mean that they are scam, but it just means that their security panel is not that safe. So you probably will not, you are advised by seeing that sign, that red sign. If you see green and you see padlock, you should go ahead. But you are advised, if you don't see all those padlock there, not to drop important details. Like for example, your bank account details, your password, your account details. You should not drop those stuff on that site because they are telling you that their security panel is not as secure. The site is not secure. That is even if it is not a fraudulent website. So this is not a fraudulent website. I need to be there, but they are asking me to drop my important information on it. So there's some information you will be weary of dropping on them. Of course, there was a website that was later, of course, any website can be hacked. Sony has been hacked, Wattpad, a lot of big companies have been hacked in the past. So the federal government of United States of America, the whole USA, some of their websites have been hacked before. We know the popular anonymous that used to. So I can't say the site cannot be hacked, but then you still have to take precautions on your own side.
So how do we, identify fraudulent calls, or maybe or even messages? Because I remember sometime last year I got this message from 2 different messages. There was one that came in during my NYC where this guy sends a message and says, "My name is this. We went to camp together in Borno." I actually my camp was in Borno, even if we move to Katsina. But he must have gotten my number from NYC website. He says, oh, I have a job for you in NNPC. Just call me something. That one, obviously, I could easily detect that this was a scam. The second one, they will send you a message and say, this is HR from this company. They will put an address that they are calling you for interview. I did not apply for any interview. I don't know this place. But luckily, I was able to pick up the address, put it on Google, and then Nairaland had gotten some comments of people saying that this address is a lie. Oh, I went there, they are fake. And funny enough, you even realize that they are the same people, but they keep recycling HR names, recycling address. So how do we spot fraudulent messages or fraudulent calls? And how do we address them?
Okay, I think the major thing about when it comes to message is just be careful what you go for. And not everything that appears good is good, like they say. So when you see a message that say, I'm your friend from so person, and it gives out your details. You give out your details and everything about you. You may probably want to go after it because this is someone giving legit information about you. I remember one time someone called me and gave a lot of details. I was in law school. I was stressed, so I almost fell for the scam until a friend told me that, guy, this one has scam. And it was because I spoke out. Yes, that's the thing. So if someone call you or they message you, think about it.
Don't be in a rush.
Be in a rush. Give it thought. I know there's a package I want to give to you. You can help me to give it to so person. Talk to people that you can trust that have sense. And mark my word, people that have sense, people that are not too after money. If someone is after money too, you may say, oh, baby, do it sharp. And there's this thing about do it sharp that criminals always rely on. Oh, that thing will close tomorrow. If you don't bring it. Take for example, someone can call you and tell you that we are blocking your account. I told someone that you guys go and block my account. How much I get it? But it's not that I don't have money there, but I was just using it to make him know that I know that it's a scammer. So the thing is about they trying to rush you so that you can drop something as fast as possible and they can use it to attack you.
Yes.
The person that wants to call you to take your details is probably targeting your money in your account already that he wants to drag out. So he's calling you and he's at the point he has a system in front of him. He wants to perfect the work. He just needs something from you to say. Maybe your password, maybe a code. Now, this is the idea. You see why you have to guard all your details while you are talking to them is the fact that there are fintech companies that makes transaction easy. I had an online transaction where I was asked to drop my account number and my date of birth alone. And after that, they sent me a code. And that was where it dawned on me. It was later that it dawned on me that, look, so I have an association where I have dropped my details, my account details, my date of birth, my name, my everything within. And I have discovered that there was a time there was a data breach and most of the information on that page has been leaked. I have an insider information for that. So I was scared. Like, that means if a cyber criminal lay hand on my data, all he needs is to just call me and say a code has entered your phone, and he will just look for a conversation to enter me and say a code has entered your phone. And so this is the thing, you probably have drop information, and that's why you have to be careful of where you do. People like giveaway. People like giveaway. On Twitter, you drop your account. You drop your account. You even say,
drop your account, drop your phone number.
Drop your phone number. So some fintech now, they make transaction easy, but then it makes it now, it makes you dangerous. To be extra careful. So you have to be extra careful. You have to be extra careful who calls you, who is asking for your details. What are they asking from you? Who do you give your card to? Who do you give your password to? Someone doesn't know you from Adam, is asking you some questions and you kept on talking. Why not just cut the person off? If the person is an important person, see, the truth is that if a bank needs you to do something, they will tell you to come to their branch. That's the ethical way. They will tell you to come to their branch to come and lodge a complaint. If they are going to block your account, let them block it. Yes, I say it. Let them block it. Go there and make a complaint. Lodge a proper complaint, and they will unlock your account. My account has been blocked before because my money entered my account that was more than what should enter. It was for certain things. So I received the message from Skybank that I should come. That was when it was Skybank. It's now Polaris Bank. I should come and clear myself. And I went in and I get it done. If a criminal wants to do that, he will just call you, your account has been blocked, or he may even text you, your account has been blocked, send your PIN number to this number. When you see that, a legit bank should not ask for your bank details. Send your PIN number, send your BVN to this number, and of course, most of the time it's always from a normal conventional regular number. 080. Just a regular number from someone. It may even be an abroad number. Most of those, somebody can be in Alausa. Okay, it can be in Alausa and he will be claiming he's from Tunisia. And maybe from Alagbado, eating Agbado, saying he's in Toronto or Tokyo, saying he wants to send you some load of goodies. But then, why so? So you have to be smart on when you see messages like that. You have to look at it. And when you receive call like that, you have to be patient. Don't rush at it.
So be careful. Be careful of messages that are asking you for personal details, your name, your spouse's name, your child's name, your BVN number, your PIN number. Even if it's a bank, whatever it is, be careful. Don't be in a rush. Don't be impatient about it. Thank you very much, Awade, for helping us with how to spot out fraudulent calls and messages. Okay, so now lastly, we want to know, so how do we maintain safety online? We've listed out last week about these threats, identity theft, and the likes. So now for us as individuals, in this year 2020, we don't want to be scammed. We don't want anon to come and carry the money that we have inside our accounts and, or having fake credit debits or credit alert or debit alert or whatever it is. How do we ensure safety online in this year?
So let me take you from where you stop. Having fake credit and debit alert. You see, there is this other thing that is going on. Of course, I think CBN did a talk about that through MC Lively on how you go to an ATM and somebody is saying, let me transfer you help me to withdraw. They will send you a fake alert and they will claim that
it entered.
And that fake alert is a fake alert. And you will withdraw the money and give it to them and they will go. So it's one of those things. Beware of strangers. I don't know you from Adam. I don't even know you from Eve. Not even from Jesus. So I don't care who you are. I don't need your money. The person may even tell you, I will give you extra 500 naira. I will give you extra 1,000. You don't need it. Let it go. So beware of strangers. People enter into your DM that you don't know. I'm not saying you should not answer people. Wait, I do answer people. But the moment the person starts asking you some question, you don't know the person, beware of what you give out. And also, beware of what you post. What you post online, your post, your Facebook post, Twitter post. When you want to create a post, ask yourself, does it worth it? Can this lead to an attack? If, for example, it is not even a cyber criminal that wants to use it, it may be a kidnapper, it may be a potential kidnapper, it may be a potential robber that wants to attack you tomorrow. But watch what you post. Be careful of details you give out. You want to snap, I think I did a post on Twitter at one point that you want to snap a picture with your ID card that has a scanning bar on it, a barcode on the card, and you did not even cover it, but you want people to see that you are working with a top-notch company, so you want to show it, but you don't know who is looking. Somebody is looking on the outside. Somebody is trying to do something that you don't know. Somebody has been tracing your step, but you are proud of where you work and you put yourself out there. So be careful of the information you dish out. Sometimes you want to rant, but right ranting, there are some information that you should still try to keep out of it. Yes, it's good to have a popular handle, you are always talking about everything. But guy, be careful of what you talk about. Be careful of what you are saying out there. Because don't open yourself to the world.
What are the other safety tips
so
for us?
Now, for you, a business person, make sure you use don't collect antivirus from people. Get good antivirus for your system. Make sure you have company internet policy. Don't just use anyhow flash drive. Be careful of the site you visit. Be careful of the site you download from. Don't download even applications, not just antivirus alone. Applications that you are using on your system or your phone, make sure they are downloaded from genuine websites and genuine app vendors. Make sure you are downloading correct apps, because you can unknowingly download the malware into your system while you are trying to say, let me just use this antivirus from black market. Somebody gave me an antivirus. Somebody gave you an antivirus. It's very cheap. He even sold it 2K. Why the original version of that file is maybe like 50,000 naira? In your mind, you have outsmarted the seller, but you don't know what you have.
Full in the end.
Do you understand? So
how about individuals?
So individuals must make sure that they activate multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is like a gate, it's like an extra padlock to your door. If you lock your door, you know, when we were young, I don't know if people still do it, when they lock shop, they put this bar iron, then they now lock that one again. It's to show that even when you want to open the door, by the time you are opening that iron bar, maybe it will make noise, the security people will hear. It's just an extra security. So some of the multi-factor authentication, they are available for fintech apps, they are available for Gmail, they are available for your email, they are available for your social media account, such that even if somebody mistakenly hack your password, he has cracked your password, because your password is "I love my wife." Who doesn't love his wife? Or the name of one of your girlfriend in the past that the hacker knows about, that you just say, maybe Juliet in war, maybe that's the name of somebody.
Hope there's somebody's name Juliet in war.
Maybe the name of someone that you know before, that you have crush on. You now put, and that hacker knows is one past friend in the past that have changed conduct. Now pick the name, and after he gets a guess. And the funny thing is that don't use int. When you use int for your system or for your accounts, don't use int that anybody can suggest. Let's say, for example, you use girlfriend's name. Don't use girlfriend as int. Of course, anybody that sees girlfriend will know that that's your name. It's so simple, it's leading. Maybe, I always advise people to use, maybe you use your language as password, because it makes no one will even think about it. And to create a password, make sure you have other characters apart from numbers and password. Don't have numbers alone. Have numbers together with letters, both caps lock and normal letter. Then put special characters to it, hashtag, star, everything. Add it to it. Make it strong, so that it will not be easily cracked. But the problem is that, how can I remember all those passwords? People use password managers. Okay. There are so many password managers.
Or you can save it.
Where you can save password. But then the idea is that it's not really advisable to save your password on an external place. So look for something that you can remember and use that as password. Because if the company that hosts your password that is your password manager is hacked, your passwords are out. So the idea is to have something that you can remember, and don't use one password across all channels. The same Facebook, that is the same Twitter. So if they hack Twitter, they have hacked everywhere. But you can use simple things and to create password. Wow. Password should not be hard.
So it's advisable not to use the same one on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn.
Yes, don't use the same. Then make sure that like we have talked about fraudulent URL, don't click on any URL. Don't be ready to be wary of who you give. And
PIN numbers on ATM.
Yes. Who you give your password to. See, if you give out your password, endeavor you change it.
Yes.
Endeavor you change it. Be fast as possible. If you receive any notification and you are not trying to do anything with your Facebook account, you just receive a notification saying, use this code to enter. You know that someone is trying to log into your account. Go there, change your password. The person have cracked your password. That's why you are receiving that notification. Go there, change your password. make sure you have multi-factor authentication, like I explained, that is an extra layer. If you go to your settings, you will see two-factor authentication there and you can activate it. Then ensure that you don't download files from wrong site. I will have to mention that one again, because especially for business people, it is very important. Downloading books or stuff from sites that you can't be sure of, it's very, very bad. Use correct antivirus and you'll be safe out there.
Thank you very much, Owade. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching today's episode of What Does the Law Say with Arike. We learned so much, discussing about the safety tips, from security threats and cyber attackers and cyber criminals. Avoid suspicious links, avoid clicking on suspicious links. My mommy sends me all kinds of forwarding messages. I know obviously she's looking out for me and scholarship jobs and things like that, but most of them, someone forwarded it to her, another person forwarded it to that person, and some of these things cannot be verified. So avoid suspicious links, avoid clicking on them, avoid sharing your password and PIN with anybody. Look for a very strong password. If you can change it from your date of birth, if you can change it from your first name and last name, and those easily detectable, passwords, make sure that if you have to put antivirus, put antivirus. If you can use VPN, use VPN, whatever it is that you can use to ensure safety, from cyber criminals and cyber attackers. I hope that we will not become victims of these cyber attacks in 2021, but so that we do not become victims, please ensure that you commit yourself to the safety tips we mentioned in this video. If you need to go back again to watch it, to understand, to digest, and to make use of, please do that. Also, if you would like to send questions or ask questions, or drop any comments, you can first do that by shooting your question to Owade on Twitter, or Adeyemi Owade on LinkedIn and Facebook. And you can also send me any question if you would like, arike.modile@gmail.com, Arike Modile, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. What does the law say? I'll tell you next Thursday. Bye.